Hello, Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, let's get right into your reading. Let's set the tone for your reading. Let's see what your card, your first leading card is here. The intention card. Let's see what the intention is for your reading. It's always good to set an intention every single day. Let's see exactly what this is for your reading. I am surrounded by people who encourage me. All right, this is good. I'm surrounded by people who encourage me. That's right. All right, let's get it. All right, let's see. These cards want to jump out of my hand. Let's see. All right, Scorpios. All right, you're surrounded by people who encourage you. That's a wonderful thing. Talking to you wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart. Wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart. Yeah, wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart. Okay, let's go. All right, here's a strength card, right? So, praying for your strength. Praying for your strength. Yeah, praying for your strength. Something is over. Yeah, something is over. So, I definitely feel like somebody is now in prayer and meditation mode where Source is making some things make sense, to you, like clearing some things up for you. The past is behind you. You've been brought into the light about something, or you've been enlightened about something that you didn't know what to believe. Something was like, you didn't know what to believe. Like, you didn't know whether something was the truth or a lie about something. You was half believing something, or somebody was half believing something about you. And that's what you have in common with somebody. It's like, I'm reading the cards upright and reverse. When people hear something, or people have, we're talking about fire, we're talking about ideas, the spirit. When people are motivated, whatever they're motivated by, some people are motivated by believing the dark about you, and some people are motivated in believing the light about you. So, but they're all beliefs. They're all beliefs. As we're seeing on social media now, somebody posts something about a celebrity. It doesn't even have to be a celebrity. Everybody's celebrated by somebody. Some people will believe it. Some people won't. Some people will pray for you, and some people will pray on you. So that's what you have in common with other human beings. And that's what we're seeing here. So I do see you now learning how to pray and meditate. But I do see you emotionally feeling like you have hit the jackpot. I'm seeing a lot of your wishes being fulfilled because somebody is now learning how to sit down somewhere. Somebody learning how to sit down somewhere and go back through your memory. Just kind of in your mind. And just going back through your mind. There's a Leo involved in something. A Leo and a Pisces involved in something. A Leo and a Pisces involved in something. That kept somebody in the dark about something where you weren't really sure about what to believe and what not to believe about a situation here, because I'm seeing Leo and Pisces. Here we have the Eight of Swords here, and you feel like your hands were tied, like you were looking, like this is you looking in the mirror, and you felt restricted, right? Because somebody has stopped talking to somebody who has said something hurtful or negative or something to somebody that somehow you were connecting something with, because we're talking about heart chakra, where your head and heart were at war with each other, but somebody had just like cut the air, meaning like cut conversation, cutting time. Nothing can breathe without air, right? So something was just kind of sort of left, just kind of sort of just, y'all know your card is a death card. So and your card is the death card, and you're ruled by the Tower card and then also the Judgment card. So for you could have chose to judge or jump to conclusions, but Source is saying to you, somebody is now choosing to sit down somewhere, and somebody is choosing to sit down somewhere and leave all the distractions behind. Here's the Fool card. Somebody's learning how to leave the distraction. Something was overwhelming for you. It's like, I'm not sure if I believe that or not. I'm not sure if I believe it or not. Even this mirror right here, when you look back and just like looking at yourself in the mirror, you just like your ancestors just kept saying, take the blindfolds off. Like, what? Your ancestors kept telling you to take the blindfolds off. They said, they kept saying, cut the foolishness out. Like, get away from the distractions and get to some clarity. That's what they kept saying. It's like, cut the fires out. Like, put the distractions out. Get rid of the divisive energy, and like have a warm conversation with people. That's what Source kept saying. Say, you want something, you have a warm conversation. This is right here. This is fire and this is fire. So Source kept saying, toss something into a burning bowl and go get some fire from the sun, that medicine from the sun. Source just kept telling somebody that over and over and over again. But now somebody feels changed, liberated, and free. Somebody's, or about to, remember time is relative, but here's the so you're glad that something is behind, because 3 people were keeping you in the dark about something. They were keeping you in the dark about something, wasn't telling you something, was keeping you in the dark about something. And so somebody had to get off the throne of your emotions, get off the fence, of your emotions, and step into your own light. But now you all are tossing something into a burning bowl as it relates to 2 situations, 2 energies that, like I said before, were keeping you in the dark about something, keeping you overwhelmed about something. Right? Something happened around family. Something around family and values and worth and legacy, and something when people were keeping you in the dark about. Somebody had to pay a heavy price to belong to family. It was a hefty price to belong to family. So somebody had to learn about, like, that's where you were making the connections though, Scorpio. Whether it's work family or whether it's personal or professional family, right? When you know your worth and your value, and I said this in the video before, and you've done the light work yourself, and you start believing in yourself and you move on and you found your light, meaning your purpose, right? You already, you are comfortable whether you're here. You see these kids right here, this is your inner child, or this is your inner child here. Whether you are invited or not invited, you're still, your worth and your value. Your pentacle, your worth and your value. But some people have to pay a hefty price because as an adult, even though because their inner child never felt really worthy, they still want to be a part of something. And that's why people were like half believing something and half not believing something. But in either case, is you still believe something. You chose to believe something. But somebody felt like their hands was tied. It's like, okay, these are people we got in common. Like, what is this? So, yeah. But the sun, like I said before, the sun illuminates the moon. So people operating in their purpose, that's how somebody was able to find out what the truth was, because somebody operating in purpose, you operating in your purpose, the moment you find your light, you start seeing who is really jealous. As long as you are at a level where you are levels below certain people, or you're right there and you're not seen as a threat, then hey, no problem. But the moment you start gaining some traction, like I feel like somebody is coming up the ranks at work. That's what I feel like, somebody's coming up the ranks at work. As long as you were levels below certain people in the workplace, no problem. Nobody saw you as a threat. But some energies, now your prayer life has increased because you started believing in yourself. You started becoming stronger. You started creating some stuff, whatever you're creating. You start you start putting some stuff into a burning bowl, confusion. You start buckling down and start getting more focused. Anybody who starts believing in their purpose and starts saying, okay, they're making it about them, they're getting stronger. They're no longer motivated by chaos and confusion. They're getting stronger, but they're becoming meeker because they're letting God fight their battles, right? That's the strength that they have. So they come across as meek. They're letting God fight their battles. They're like, I don't have time to fight my battle. I'm just pray about it, give it to God. I got stuff to do. I'm trying to create something. I might have time to be arguing with people. You know who you are when you look in the mirror, right? You know your worth and your value. You don't need to be invited to everything. You got papers. You trying to study. You trying to do work. You don't have time for that, right? So you don't have to talk to people every single day. This is the 8 and 9 of swords, especially if somebody's being disrespectful. They 8 of swords, you 9 of swords them. That's the end of that conversation. You got stuff to create. You got stuff to do. But that's why people were half believing stuff. Because somebody had first off started talking to familiar spirits. But that is what you have in common with people. Familiar spirits will fill in the gap with more lies when they haven't talked to somebody. This is right here, 9 of swords. When they haven't talked to somebody, they will create. This is water. They will create more to keep themselves in the loop. See this right here, this 8 right here looks like that infinity symbol when you turn it to the side. In order to keep themselves in the loop, they will keep creating more lies about somebody. Just like some inner familiar spirits have done about you. Just to continue being invited to some stuff. They will keep creating stuff. Whereas the energy that knows their worth and their value, they don't even know what's going on because they too busy working. They already know their worth and value. That's why some of y'all don't even realize at your job, when y'all come back to work, after working remotely, some of you all, when you come back into whatever your job is, in order for some of your colleagues to even stay relevant, they fill in their gaps about you and they don't even know you. You haven't talked to them in you don't know how long. Some of your family members. When was the last time you talked to some of them? They just gotta stay in the number 8. Number 8 is the money exchange number, right? So because they haven't talked to you, either you stop talking to them, they stop talking because they're invoking nightmares because all they do is gossip. Source is saying to you, they had to go to the dark side of 8, succumbing to passive and powerless behavior or egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. Anything to stay relevant. As the kids say today, clout chasers. That's what this is. This is, right? Just clout chasing. Anything that they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't know who they are when they look in the mirror. So they don't even know you. Here's the 8 of Wands. Talking about somebody need to have several seats. So when I look at your card, I see you either flying somewhere or you're about to be fast tracked somewhere. That's what I'm seeing in your card. You're about to be fast tracked somewhere. Because you finally start making some stuff about you. You left a bunch of distractions behind, especially the people that keep you in the dark. That's the difference between dark and light wolf energy, especially the people that kept you in the dark. That's why somebody's about to get promoted at work. I'm telling you about somebody's about to get promoted at work because you started doing the mirror work. You stop talking to people who are familiar spirits that like to stay in the loop about something, clout chasing, right? They just want to be a part of the work, whatever, potlucks or whatever they want to be a part of. They don't even know what's going on. And who is the topic of discussion? You. Same thing in some of your families. They don't even know what they're talking about. There's a judgment card. But see, you're above the judgment. This is you right here. That's why you know about what's going on. They obsessed with you. When I say obsessed, whatever the name of that show is, I need to put that man's face on the thumbnail. Here's the Knight, and they're ruthless about it. To anybody who will listen. Anybody. This is Knight, but you're free of them now. Free. You and somebody are free of them now. Y'all don't even have to deal with them anymore. Because you got enough information. You got enough information. Somebody got a family member right now. Oh boy, I'm about to step on some corns. Hold on, make sure I got enough in this phone. Let me make sure my battery don't run out. Somebody got a family member. I don't know who this is for. Somebody got a family member. They try to convince you that you were not as attractive. I'm talking about a man or a woman. I don't know who you are. They try to convince you that you were not as attractive as they are, or that you didn't have as much as you are, that you were worth less than they were, right? But the truth of the matter is when they looked in the mirror, this is what they saw. They didn't know who they were when they looked in the mirror. But they try to make you feel like when you look in the mirror, you didn't know who you were. That's one, right? You stop talking about them. You haven't talked to whoever this energy, you haven't talked to them in years. I'm telling y'all, this is a family member y'all haven't even talked to in years, but y'all used to be close. This is a family member y'all used to be real close with. That's why you got this number 8 here. It's 2 of them. Y'all used to be real close to them. Somehow, they band together, these 2 energies. And this you right here. They both used to be looking at you with them blaring red eyeballs, squinting, looking at you like, why do people always want Scorpio to be in the middle of everything? Jealous. But this energy right here, this what you and somebody have in common. Y'all haven't talked in a while, but this is what you and a loved one have in common. Both of y'all don't need to be invited to stuff because both of y'all felt enough love in your family that whether you're invited or not, you're still good. Whether you talk to people or not, you still love them. Agape love. But these 2 family members who y'all have not talked to in a long time went ruthless when it came to talking about you all behind your backs. There's 3 of them actually. Did something behind your back. Dark wolf energy. Dark wolf energy. It was a Leo, it was a Virgo, it was a Pisces. So these type of spirits are very familiar with you all, even in the workplace. You are familiar with these types of spirits that they do anything to stay relevant. Anything, because you found your light. You believing in yourself. I don't know whether y'all relocated, moved away, or something y'all did to start believing in yourself. They could not wait. And not near one of them. Listen, in apostrophe, spell the rest of it, would say it to your face. And it's not because you're angry or violent or confrontational. It's because they're liars. That's why. Because the first thing you would say is prove it. Not because but see, they're ruthless with it. That's why they wouldn't say it to you in your face. That's why you don't deal with them. You haven't talked to them because that's all they do is sit around. That's what not one of them. So what you're doing is tossing them into a burning bowl. That's what you're putting them right into a burning bowl. Letting them having a backdraft. That's what you're doing. Imagine this little kid right here. This is your child, right? Wanting to be involved in something, going around your loved ones. This is you, right? You, Scorpio, going around your loved ones. And you got loved ones from your past that still have an issue with you being a family favorite. That's you. And what they're doing to your loved ones. And you find out years later that they play some role in hurting your loved one, your child or children. These are family members that still got a vendetta against you because of a lie that they told, instead of going to get some help. So yeah, some people under judgment now. They threw themselves right into an 8-year karmic cycle. But you're grateful that something is behind you. You're grateful that something is behind you, but they under judgment. Trust and believe they under judgment. Here we have soaking your feet in the bath. And see, because emotionally you all can handle a lot, but they did the same thing to somebody. This is what you and somebody have in common. They did the same thing to a loved one that looked up to you or still maybe look up to you. They did the same thing. The same thing. It's the same core group of family members. The same core group. So show the world the real you. The same group of family members. You just, that's what I'm telling you. When people be talking about family over everything, I'm telling you, like, same energies. They created some kind of a lie and was ruthless about it. To try to catch somebody into this right here. And now you got to have telepathic conversations with people because you're dealing with some energies. Like I said, surrounded by people who encourage you. They didn't create so much chaos and confusion. These energies right here, with two energies, here we have destiny. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's why some people don't let their kids go around their family members. They don't. They tell them do not go around certain family members. They ruthless. They into this and that. That's the reason why right there. So it looks like some of you all may have thought, you know, oh, okay, well, you know, they're not going to be that bad. You know, certain family members, they not, you know, that was a long time ago, such and such and such. But this is what somebody is seeing now, is that some of your family members did something to you behind your back. Jealous of your wealth and you always being like the center of attention, thinking that you got all of this money and all. That's what I've been saying here in your cards. Is like thinking you got all of this. I mean, you could have a lot of money. You could. I mean, I don't know. But the fact that you were kind of like the favored one in your family. Some of you all were the favored one in your family. That's why I kept saying, if it's anything that you got going on where you feel like you're obsessing over somebody, come up off of that, because there's some energies that's being exposed, operate at a higher frequency, and a frequency of love. Come off of that obsession. Spend time with friends. Spend time with friends. Because that's going to be exposed to exactly which family members did what. So if you're in a situation right now where you're just like, okay, I'm still clueless. I still don't know what family member did what. These are energies you have sat around and had warm conversations with. So you'll be spending some a long time, and whether they're family or like family, but something about you getting a little bit too much attention didn't sit well with them. This is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Didn't sit well with them. And for them, it was their way or the highway, but they're under judgment now. That's why I kept saying, come up out of that obsession. That's your ruling planet. That's the judgment card. Come up out of that obsessive mentality. Come up out of it, because you'll never see it coming. You're like, well, wait a minute. Not that one. Yes, that one. Yes, that one. And you don't even know why. Especially since somebody made you seem like you weren't as gifted and talented as they were. You didn't have as much. You didn't inspire people as much as they did. Something about their energy. They did all of this to make you seem like you were less than when you look in the mirror as far as they're concerned. But 18, joy. So somebody had to go up top, maybe like north, to get some clarity. And even if you're not physically, like physical location, going north to get some clarity. So you had to go to a higher frequency to see it, because it's like, wait a minute. This is you and somebody who used to be very, very close. Very close. But somehow, in order for whoever this person is, they always had to make somebody in their life seem like they're the darkness to their light. Like, what? So something they did overwhelmed you, like put you in a drowning position. Like you were just overwhelmed and just drowning with confusion. Like what did you do to make this energy this, like what is it? But it's all becoming clearer to you now. Things are starting to becoming clearer and clearer and clearer to you now, right? Somebody is starting to remember them saying stuff like, "Oh, we're not as close anymore." You're like, "Well, when did that happen? What date? Can you give me the date? Like, what? Can you tell me what date that was?" Some of you all are hearing this and talking about loved one. Oh, well, we're not really close. Y'all were like this. Like, when did y'all not become close? You thought, something else. So they were telling you right there. They were telling you right there that they see you as opposition. But it's coming back to you now that they've always seen you as opposition. But when it came time to talking about you, because now you're in the light, we got 17 and 18 here right now, right? So you'll be very happy that something is happening, some kind of release is happening here. But it's going to be very clear to you now. Something is very clear. We got North here coming. Y'all see me shuffling the cards. So you and somebody are going to be connected. You and somebody is going to be that ending of y'all not being connected. It's not this energy right here that saw you as competition. These energies that saw you as competition. But I'm saying some kind of a release here for somebody. But you are going to be so clear that this energy has always seen you as opposition, Scorpio. Like I said, this is a fire energy that you thought y'all was just clear. You're going to be so clear that I'm telling you, you need to cut them off. I can't tell you what to do. You will. This is what I'm seeing in the cards. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in the cards. That's all I'm going to say. Because I'm telling you, if everybody around you told you, this is what I'm seeing in the cards. Somebody, because the Three of Cups is like you being in a posture of gratitude that something is behind you. It's three energies. It's behind you now. Now you can move on because something put you on pause for a minute, right? Because somebody hasn't dealt with their own demons of judging. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. I'm gonna tell y'all what it really is. These energies right here, these people from your past who did something to a loved one from your past, they haven't done with the demons of their family, their parents. That's what this is. They haven't not dealt with the demons of their own parents, grandparents. This is generational. That's why you see the Judgment card. They haven't dealt with their own. But see, you are free. You're free. You and somebody are free. So it's like when, because you see this one person right here is looking back at how restricted they felt. Like just by the mirror work, like so much darkness may have been spoken into your life. You couldn't even really see it. This takes years. Sometimes this takes years to see. When we talk about Eight of Swords, if people are constantly telling you, "Oh, comparing you to this person or that person," it may take you years to see something. But you just had a breakthrough because when you start going back to through your memory, somebody had a nightmare and woke up like, "Oh my God." You should have never let certain people into in your mind today when you're looking. You should have never let certain people in to know certain things about you. You should never become familiar with a particular part of your lifestyle, because that was the very thing that they were ruthless about when it comes to somebody else. The very thing they were ruthless about when it comes to somebody else. They put somebody in survival mode. Here's your I am intuitive. Number 11. You have a keen awareness of what's happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift. It'll help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. Great guide and supporter. What I was getting ready to say is, I feel like I feel like there, for somebody, there were some people who spoke very highly of you behind your back. That's why I picked up this card right here. There were some people who spoke very highly of your gifts and talents behind your back. Like, if you're a guy, somebody may have complimented. Oh, a guy, it doesn't really matter your physical appearance. Somebody may have complimented like how you dress or your gifts and talents or something. Whatever you do for a living, somebody may have a compliment, and not in a like necessarily flirtatious way, but just kind of like complimenting, like this person sure can sing, or they're an excellent musician, or they're the painter, whatever you do, like accountant, whatever your job is. But this energy right here made sure that everything kind was said about you. It was a counter to it. Everything, whether it was you, your kids, if there was always some kind of a counter to it, no matter what you went through, even if you had even if you experienced death in your, people go through grieving, that's part of life, but just going through a grieving process, they didn't even give you a chance to even grieve. That's how deep the roots ran for these energies right here. They could care less if you were grieving something. That's what it is generationally for some people. They don't care if people are grieving. That's exactly when they strike. They find somebody who is grieving something and strike. So if it was your kids and you weren't there, they struck when your child was grieving. So if your child was like, let's say for instance, like sometimes teenagers go out, they feel like they're in the neighborhood of their loved ones or whatever. Oh, let me stop past aunt or uncle such house, whatever. They could be, asking them for advice or distraught about something. That's exactly the opportunity when they would strike, because they still had some kind of issue with you. So you and somebody will be expanding. 33. Any positive changes or projects that you're considering right now will be worth your while. Expect that your power to manifest and create will be heightened. Yeah. So you're stepping through you're being, this is a call up from source, right? You're enlightened about something now. But I feel like for you all, because you all are now motivated to create something new generationally, and this is really good. You're spending some alone time together. Some kind of release is happening for you or somebody. There's a brand new beginning happening, because it was like you and somebody were in some kind of like a mental like restriction, like y'all just couldn't see something, like it's just like, but that again is just years of people talking negatively to you about this person looks better, this person's smarter, this person, that's a form of spell work. It's a nightmare, right? And we're talking about family nightmare, but all of that's going to go away. Everything is being brought into the light. That's going to go away. There's certain people you're not going to talk to or about anymore, period. You just won't. So you're going to be around people who actually encourage you. They don't see you as a threat. They actually encouraging and motivating you. It's different air. I'm telling you, just different energy. Different energy. Totally different energy for you and somebody. Totally different energy. So let's see what this is. Here we have gazelle. Yeah, gazelle. Let's see what this spirit animal information is. Yeah, but somebody is starting to see, like, wow, all those little slick comments and stuff somebody was saying. This is, like I said, somebody who either you saw as like a family member or family members, right? That, oh, wow, they always saw you as opposition, but you didn't know how deep it ran until now. Heightened awareness and ability, vulnerability. This is the gazelle here. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. So gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering of hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all these predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. So when it's balanced out, it's grateful, it's perceptive, it's artistic, right? But when it's out of balance, there's food allergies, insomnia, racing mind. And so in order to bring it back into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, or good food is all helpful for you all. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you. But yeah, being surrounded by people who encourage you is always nice. And so, like I said, you're just leaving behind a lot of distractions of, people who are obsessed, who are just, really, really just obsessed. Um, um, with whatever, with whatever, right? That hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is helpful to someone. But yeah, that's what I have for you. All right, bye.